Matakuyape, Yushiyawanchiakape. I'd like to call to order Tribal Council meeting on October 14th, 2025. We'll start with the chair report. Through this meeting, we're going to talk about the Cardell lawsuit. It's going to be later in the meeting, but that is something that is currently happening. We are still working with our lawyer on FedRec. I'm sure there's dates on that that will be within Danielle's report. Outside of that, I don't have much else. I guess I'll pass it over to Carol.
Okay, I'm behind. Tracy and I are going to meet next Tuesday, and we'll get that finalized get everything closed out with the books. And then it looks like I didn't see an email from Amanda. I'm just getting back
She's
into.
talking about the powwow.
I'm talking about the powwow to close out. That's what we're going to do on Tuesday. And then I
Yeah.
switched over because I'm wondering if the email from Amanda about the grants does she need the numbers by the 31st to
Is
she
this the
said we
powwow grant? But I thought that was the archivers grant.
Yeah, that's the MNHS grant.
okay.
That's the
Okay, I
That's the
archivers
switched.
grant,
one.
correct?
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's the
okay,
Yeah.
one you
that's
need
not
right away is the amount of
oh,
money that was paid out to the various archivists.
Yeah.
okay. That's what we need by the 31st
Sooner, because the report has to go in.
to go in by the
Yeah.
31st. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. Well, there was an email there I didn't get that she said I don't think I got. So I wasn't sure if but we'll figure. Tracy and I will meet next Tuesday, so we'll get that. I don't think it will take that much longer to get that. We'll be able to close that out,
Yeah.
and get that finished too. So I know that we can need to submit pretty soon for that grant, correct?
Mhm.
Halloween. So, um, Amanda and I did meet with Jeff. Uh, Nothing's going smoothly with getting Microsoft. I'm not quite sure what the. I think there's a couple things in the way there, but we're working on that. I didn't make it last week, and I apologize for that. But so I'm not sure what. Uh, I mean, it looks like she gave you some information and updates, so I'm guessing somebody followed up with her to ask for those. Because I haven't talked to Amanda this week either. Um, so I think you guys got as much information as I have right now,
Could,
with a lot of this stuff.
could I ask a quick clarification on the J stuff?
Jay, just
What has been done and what hasn't been done at this point?
well, and I did just answer back to the other. We never had Microsoft in the off in any of
Nope.
the office computers. So whatever that is that Tim's talking about is my best guess is we were paying for Microsoft on Sharon's computers because we weren't paying for that for office computers. This is brand new. Jay was setting up all the stuff, moving over to the website, getting us our email addresses. He got an email address to Amanda. Amanda was waiting to find out if he was giving the rest of us because we sat down and we told him, here's who we need. And we were talking about the different ways within teams to organize, set up. Um, I don't have all my notes, but we worked with Jay. We have the plan. He just needs to get us the emails and get it finished setting up on his end. We paid, we switched everything over. We got the credit card to pay for the net or to pay for that piece of that. I don't know about paying Brad yet, but we did move everything to that other platform. That's what we did with Jay.
So the question, I guess Brad had called me and he had a question about I guess the mmdtc.org ending on Amanda's new email. And he was asking, I guess Brad's question is mmdtc.org a new domain? And if so, who owns that domain?
Oh yeah, Jay, he bought that a few years back when it was sitting out there. Nobody bought it, so he bought it to hold on to and is giving it to us essentially.
Okay, so
So we're
he's
buying.
giving it
That's
to
part of
us. Okay. So
yeah.
who has
I mean, we're
to
gonna
like,
pay over.
yeah,
He's gonna
yeah.
set give. Yeah.
I guess like who is paying for that going forward? I assume that he's giving that
We
to us
are,
and
and
we are
that's what
paying
we
for it
gave him,
going
and that's what
forward.
we did with
Okay.
Amanda and him in
Okay.
that meeting was we got that all set up. And so moving forward, that's being paid out of our
Okay.
account.
Okay.
Yep, yep,
Got it. Because I
yep,
guess
yep.
there was been the concern between I think both Brad and Jay about individuals owning domains. So
Yeah,
rather than
yeah. And
private.
Jay had just bought that, and essentially in
Okay.
his mind, he bought it to protect it for the tribe
Hmm.
until there was a point where he felt, I mean,
All right, cool. All right, thank you.
Um,
mhm.
I know what, like, I really want to start using one of the computers, but it's not an Apple computer, so it's susceptible to viruses. I'm not good with stuff like that. Is he going to put virus protection on these laptops that we're using? Or is somebody going to do
That
that?
might be something that we just need to do. That doesn't come with Microsoft, so that's something that maybe Amanda needs to uh, just go and get virus protection for
Yeah.
all our computers. That's not necessarily something that Jay would do. I guess I see that as an unless I'm missing something.
I
It
just
sounds
thought
like
that
we
was
just
an
need to get
IT thing
virus protection. Okay,
because I'm just like not a smart
I'll
person
put
when
that
it
on my
comes to
follow.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll follow that up with.
Amanda probably can too. I can just hand it over to her. I just
Yeah,
haven't
any of
even
us
taken
can
it out of the
get. I
box yet.
mean, yeah, that would be just something. And I guess what I don't know is buying bulk virus for businesses. I
I
mean,
think it's only for the two
HPs
PCs. Yeah, yeah. Because Apple doesn't have that kind of stuff. They don't get viruses or something. That's what I've been told. I don't
well comes with a lot of malware software protection.
know. Okay.
so we'll
At
check
least
on that and make sure
as
they're
someone that
protected.
uses a Mac, it is very hard to get into places where you would receive malware.
Um,
That's not to say it's impossible, it's just a lot more unlikely.
Okay.
So, oh, where'd that go? Carol, is
Yep,
that what you got for the vice chair report?
I think that is probably what I have for now. Thank you.
Perfect. Padamaya. Also, it's good to see you.
Thank you. It's been a while. I
Yeah.
know.
Nah, it's nice to see your face. It's nice to see all your guys' face.
Is this your cat?
Oh,
What?
did you see my cat? Yeah, Lucy Lou. It's raining outside, so all my cats are inside. I did
Yes.
forgot. Yeah, that's my Lucy. Yeah.
Love. All right. Next is the treasurer's report. Tracy, hand it over to you.
Um, like I told Danielle when we first got on, is that I didn't bring my charger to my laptop, hence the reason why I'm on my phone. So I told her that I would send her um the bank accounts.
Do you want me to
Um,
pop into it right now?
oh yeah, you can go ahead. I forgot
Yeah,
that you
send them
could.
to me anyway when you can, just because
Okay.
I'm bad at writing down numbers
Um,
orally.
so
Okay.
Tim and I were talking today about that land account and about the 35,000 and where we need to put that. He's gonna work with Rebecca at the bank and see what we can do because we can't add it to that 6 month land account any longer. So he's gonna see what we can do about just making a little bit of interest off of that money just sitting there. Um, and then I am going to join a finance meeting so that we can all talk about it, but we're just kind of waiting for things to settle down a little bit with Carol. Um,
Absolutely.
and then that's pretty much all I really have.
Just going over the accounts real quick. We have the fiscal sponsored checking, which is at 4241. We have the Royal Advantage Plus checking, which is at $126,790.02. We have the business saving account, which is at $44,846.05. And then
And
we have the
that is
grant.
where the 35,000 is sitting, is in that account. That's
Are you
on
sure it's
top
not in
of
the
the, oh, it's in the grant
grant?
account, sorry.
Yep. So the grant account is at 68,175,048 cents. Yeah, sounds like the 35 went into that one, and we'll just keep it there for the time being. You guys will figure it out in the finance committee. The last one is the investment account, which is the $218,466.82.
Yep, and then that's where the 35 should go.
Uh-huh. Uh,
Um, so once I can sit down with Tim
mhm.
and see, I'm what he wants to do so that we're making a lot of money off of that 35,000, then we'll start switching accounts because I still need to switch all of Amanda's and Jeff's payroll money back into our checking account. So that money will go back into the checking account from that 32,000 or from the 32,000 original that was in that account. So I'm really hoping to have that done soon, really soon. But now that I have my own access, I'm good.
Well,
Um,
perfect.
and then I did want to bring up, I was at the office today and the people across the hall moved out and the landlord said that we could move into that location, which is cheaper rent. And it doesn't have the big conference room. It has a big open area for when we do want to have gatherings. It's really, I like it a lot. We don't need that kitchen sink that we have right now, but I think that's the only thing that's missing out of there. It's a really nice space. And I just like how it's open so that when we do have gatherings, you're not in all different offices and all of the offices kind of go around that open space, which is
Gotcha.
really nice. I don't know, Dakota, if you want to look at that, maybe talk to the landlord, but he says he's going to paint it and then the rent is cheaper. I don't know how much cheaper, but he says it's cheaper.
Okay.
And he's offering it to us first. So I think if we decide to do something like that, once Tim and I get the storage units figured out and all of the stuff into the storage, it won't be hard
Mhm.
to move because we've cleaned it out so much. We've cleaned out our space so much already.
Uh-huh.
But
Um, I won't be able to check it
Yeah.
out because I will be down in Winona or I won't
mhm,
be able to check it out until next week because I am down in Winona from Wednesday to Saturday.
okay. Carol, I
Mhm.
don't know if you would want to check it out. It's saving a lot
When
of
is
money. Um, but I just like it because if we do have feasts, we'd have gatherings in there, everybody's together. Everybody would be together, which would be
do
Mhm.
we
nice.
know square footage? If it's, I mean, is it just a different layout versus,
It's
or it
kind of a
really is a
different,
lot smaller?
it's kind of a different layout. The offices are a little bit smaller is what I was told, but
You
when
don't
you
need
look in
that
there,
many.
I
It
mean, our
doesn't.
offices
Okay.
are pretty large. I mean,
Yeah.
they're very large, big
Is
space.
there,
But
do I just need to call them to set up a time? I could figure out a time to run over there for an hour.
mhm.
Would that be the best way to go about it?
I think I would talk to Amanda because Amanda's the one that talked to him.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Um, I also gave Amanda the go to order our sign for outside from Fast Signs. So she's going to order
It-
the outdoor sign.
Is that our responsibility? Is that
It is.
why there's not a
Yeah,
sign? Okay.
and you notice when you do walk up to those signs, they are all different. So you can tell that the building management doesn't do it, and they're basically stickers. So she's just going to order a big sticker. And then she asked me, I pretty much said, I looked at the flag. I'm like, why can't it just look like this? That's our logo. That's what it says. Like, doesn't need to be anything else super fancy by any means. So Just as long as people know that it's us.
Hey,
And that's all I've got. That's it.
hey, Padamaya. Let's move to Danielle with the secretary report.
I'm gonna
A
put
list of
myself
things
on
on
mute.
there I was going to talk about. Okay, so secretary report is sorry, taking notes and talking at the same time. So a couple of things with our lawyer for FedRec. First of all, at the request of the governance committee, I sent the bylaws and constitution to our lawyer to review. Um, and he will get back to us. And especially, I called his attention to the highlighted sections that there was uncertainty about. Most of those are, if once we get to FedRec, do we need to know, do we need to have those sections? And also, these sections were pasted over from like constitutions from the 1980s and 90s from like Lower Sioux and things. So we don't know what's changed since then. So he will get us feedback on that, on those sections. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the attorney also asked for access to the federal rec petition to begin to go over that. So I gave access, both him and the paralegal access to the Google Drive that has our full FedRec petition on it. So his first step will be to go over the federal rec narrative. That's usually where this process begins. And then probably after that, looking at stuff like the evidence that's backing that up, our exhibits, our roles, governing documents, and so on. So some things to keep in mind, we do have to have our governing documents ratified before we submit to the OFA. We also need to have everybody's documents in. And so something I would like to propose, and I've already discussed this with the head of the governance committee, is putting together a membership committee to go through and review everybody's membership files and make sure nobody's missing anything. And this may mean, calling some parents who haven't submitted their kids' birth certificates, because we have some of those still. It may be, occasionally somebody's missing a consent form or missing a notary stamp somewhere. So we just go through and make sure everybody's stuff is together. So that's on that. And then finally,
Is that something they're going to pull together, or what's the follow
we
up with
really need to
getting?
do for membership, we need to do that internally. Like, we're responsible for our own numbers. Our lawyer may go through and say like, yo, you're seeing a whole bunch of documents in here for people.
But I guess who's going to follow up to make sure this membership committee gets formed? Whose responsibility is that? That's a nice suggestion. Okay, that's
I
what
didn't do,
okay. Okay, that was the question. I understand
I mean, otherwise it's me. I'm
I,
the membership committee right now, right?
okay, okay,
We need some other eyes that are not mine.
okay.
I mean, I think like probably a good thing to do would be to bring this up at general council on Sunday, right? We're forming a membership committee. You don't need to be in St. Paul to do Minneapolis to do this, because all the membership files are electronic. So pretty much we just need a few people to be able to like work together to go through these and start making like a spreadsheet of anything that's missing for everybody, for people's files. That's it. So I will organize that. I will announce that on the 19th. So announce, Carol, I have a job for you. That's not the way I intended that.
No, and I wasn't feeling like it was. But I think that's important. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I knew how we were going to follow through to get that done. So.
Because those, I mean, these are the predictable things that the lawyer is going to flag off the top. Like, do you have governing documents? Are your membership files complete? Do you have contact information on your roles for your members? Stuff like that.
So I saw an email there asking about sponsorship for the bylaws. Was that resolved?
No, well, we have to bring that up That's
Is that
within a
something we
tribal
do at the
council.
general council?
No, that's something
No,
we
that's
do with
something we
tribal
need to figure
council.
out.
Apparently, individual, and I think we can do that by email. Dakota? Yo,
Pardon?
Dakota?
Yes.
We can sort out the sponsorship for the different policies by email. I mean, what I understand from
Hmm.
that is that the governance committee wants one tribal council member to be putting forward each of those policies.
Sorry. Yes, I am reading that email right now and
Yes.
trying to
Yeah.
differentiate it. Yeah, and I think we just need to attach them. So that shouldn't be hard. I think we can
Yeah.
just look at the list and divvy them down,
Yeah.
and it will be fine.
Mhm.
We'll just divvy it up is the plan for that.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
So just like a summary of like what FedRec prep is going to look like for the next 6 months to a year, it's going to be a lot of like picky crap, for lack of a better word. Just trying to wrap up any kind of loose ends. And hopefully, like, and again, like we need to have a membership committee logically. It should not be all on one person. And Carol, do let me know if Jay is setting up some kind of cloud storage for us.
Yep, that's one of the things we got set up too.
Because we need to move all of the electronic membership files into cloud storage, all the FedRec material, all the council meetings and minutes and all that fun stuff. So that,
Yeah,
Finance can't do anything right now either because I can't keep finance stuff on my laptop.
but for all those
I
reasons,
need
that
to.
like none of this should be in like one person's hands.
Mhm. Danielle, did you talk to, I don't know her name, but about doing social media?
I talked to Amiale about doing social media, and yes, and it looks like she and Brad are interfacing and so I think she's ready to post stuff as soon as we're ready to send her stuff.
Awesome.
who is that?
Awesome.
Who's doing
Uh,
that?
Amiale, who is one of our younger members, and
So
she's
is she the one that's gonna post that notice about the lawsuit? Like,
the
is that
notice for the
who do that
lawsuit's
sort of
going on.
stuff?
That's going on the website proper.
So that
And
who's
that's
doing
going
who's
to constant contact. So she's going to be doing Facebook and Instagram. So like we're having a class, we're having a feast, we're having a general
Hmm.
council meeting, those kinds of things.
okay.
So I should talk about Dakota, do you want me to talk about the lawsuit now, or do you want to talk about that separately under business?
We can talk about that separately under business.
Okay,
I think
so I'll
that's
withhold that until there.
a
Otherwise,
bigger
that's
conversation.
So is Brad still doing our website updates?
Brad is still managing the website. I'm supposed to be redesigning the website, and I haven't been doing that because I've been doing like 40 other things. So we're still
Okay.
like on our kind of stripped down website at the moment.
But he's right now the only one that has access to do any updates to it. Is that right? Or did we
Well,
give it to Cass? I thought Cass may have
no,
had
okay, no.
no
So
who
Brad is the one that maintains the website.
maintain. Yeah, so he's the one that's yeah, that's
So
okay.
he's the one that like when stuff goes wrong on the website and bots attack the website and things like that, like Brad takes care of that.
It's still Brad.
Um,
Okay.
and then Facebook, Cass was doing posting onto the social
That's what
media.
that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. Got it.
Um,
Okay.
And so like that we want to get the website where the website is mostly like, our more constant things. Like here's our history, here's our governing bodies, things like that. Whereas the social media should be handling our more ephemeral stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
event
That makes
announcements.
sense.
Yeah. So we'll get there. All right, that's all I have right now.
Yeah, Wash day. And Greg is not in, so we will not have a historian's report. We have no old business to discuss. We can just hop right into new business. First thing on new business is approving the letters of the 7 adopted children in accordance with the MMDTC amended constitution.
Sorry, my bad.
Mm,
Bringing that up. Where
Your
is that?
gold.
It's fine. I
Does
just,
everyone have a concept of what that is? If not,
yeah,
Danielle is
and
pulling it up so we can discuss and look over it.
yeah, here we go. So my, so the caveat to this right now is that we cannot issue these until such time as the Constitution has been ratified.
Uh,
So, just that should, uh, be as it is. But there's no reason we can't start working on them, so we have them ready as soon as it's ratified to, add to the members' files. So this is, I meant to circulate this ahead and I didn't. Um, go. So what's that to move? So this is the move. Come on. So this is pretty much the letter. It will be on letterhead. It will be signed by all four or all five council members. Greg's down there too.
uh,
So it's including, it would include the full name of probably not have that on there, sorry. Pull that born. Late here, but yeah, I bad on this. I should have just done this. I was initially doing it for each individual person, but let's just get this off here. There we go.
And that's the,
So
this would be for each individual will have,
this would be for
will
each
sign.
Correct.
individual would
Yeah.
have, would be given one of these letters. The council will have to sign them and they will be notarized. And essentially it would include the name, the date, the birth date, then the adopted parent. And then under the Constitution, and we would be issuing 2 copies of this letter. One would be immediately put into their membership file. The other would be given to the individual or their legal parents for legal guardian's parents for the personal records. So that's
so now that we've had a chance to look at the letter, we can go
anything
over how
anyone
the
wants to add, subtract.
I think it looks good.
And it seems like it's following everything in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's following everything that we did in the Constitution or in the bylaws, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
So then we're just wanting to get these filled out, ready to go so that once everything's going, we'll just have to sign them. Is that what I understood?
That's the goal, is that we would just
right.
fill in the names and the names and data for each individual, and then have sign them and put them in the files.
Do you need wet signatures for everybody?
Uh,
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I can print
Okay.
it up from here and sign and then send it to back there for
Send
the
it to
rest
the
of.
office? Okay.
So that's so I guess do we
yeah, I want to put this forward for a vote. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ooh. All in favor for approving these letters for the 7 adopted in accordance to the amended Constitution? All in favor? Oh,
All right.
bad, y'all. I can't see all of you. I'm
it
assuming.
was
Yep.
unanimous. It was unanimous. I saw.
Okay. Opposed? Good. All right. Yeah, unanimous. Good to go. Second thing is responding to Eric Cardall's lawsuit announcement.
So I sent
Danielle,
that.
could you pull
Can
the
bring that
link?
up. Do you
Yes,
want the link or do you want our response?
the response.
Okay. Hang on. I have the over to mail. Oh, I can. It might be faster for me to bring this up on Word. I wanted to just do. Okay, get rid of this one. Hang on 1 second. And then
Just upsetting. Annoying. It's an annoying setting.
so this is, yeah. This is gonna be one of those things the lawyer cautioned us that like this is gonna happen a lot before we get to FedRec. There's gonna probably be a lot of things that, you know, will potentially cause us a bit of panic. Some of you, okay, I've switched this a little bit to the version that I sent to the lawyer was okay. Essentially, we're keeping this as short as possible. The gist here is that this has nothing to do with our community, and we're not involved in it. We stand with the other communities. And this one is, unlike Wolfchild, this one is technically against the federal government. This is not against like the other communities, but the Wolfchild case was very much interpreted by federally recognized communities as an attack on their sovereignty. And
Mm.
so that's one reason why they're really still bent out of shape about Wolfchild. And seeing that this is being carried out by the same people and sort of in a similar spirit, I think it is important that we make that statement that we respect the other community sovereignty and we stand with them. That's what I've put out there. Thoughts? I've already put this past the federal recognition lawyer.
Yep. Mm. Me, my
Like the
personal thought,
short
it
and
looks.
sweet. Sorry.
No, you're golden.
Yep.
So I think we've kind of talked about this sort of ad nauseum, but I'm going to say it here because we are being recorded, and I will say the same thing on Sunday at the general council meeting if we're asked. In essence, we were approached by these people on 2 occasions over the past year and a half. And under our previous leadership and our current leadership, and in both cases, we said we weren't interested. The gist of this case is that they are claiming that they are suing for compensation on the land at the Lake Pepin Half-Breed Reserve because they're claiming that that money was never paid out. They're also claiming that this represents an Indian tribe that is still in existence, and so they are going to somehow get recognition for the claimants on the Lake Pepin land. The short version of this is that the Lake Pepin land issue was indeed resolved. There was a group of our ancestors that took this to the federal government at the time. They wanted to solve it collectively and receive the money collectively. The federal government, in essence, looked at them and said, you are American citizens, so we will not deal with you as a tribe. We can only settle with you as individuals because we can't make treaties with American citizens. So instead of doing a single payout to collectively for the land was, there was the relinquishment program. This was the purpose of the Johnsons and Jones report, was to collect everybody at Lake Pepin who was qualified to receive scrip in return for relinquishing their claim to land at Lake Pepin. So that's a long version of saying that the Lake Pepin issue was actually resolved and the government doesn't owe anybody any money connected with Lake Pepin. Our ancestors may have lost our script subsequently, but that's kind of not on the
That's a different.
government. That's a different set of issues. As far as the using this as a springboard to get federal recognition for any claimed alleged Indian tribe, you can't take that through this particular through a federal court system in the way they are to get recognition. And this is what the lawyer said this morning when I talked to him. This is when they're promising, oh, we're suing for federal recognition. They can't actually, the court doesn't have the jurisdiction to grant them federal recognition. So this is all kind of a snipe hunt, and we don't need to be involved in it. It is not going to make the other communities happy or raise our stock with them. As far as the impact of this on federal recognition, because they are going through the court and not through the OFA, because they are not using the name Mendota or claiming to be us, and because the people leading this charge are not our members, this has nothing to do with us, and we should just ignore this and get on with our own petition. That
Okay.
was the lawyer's advice.
And he doesn't see it like hindering us in any way?
The only way
Okay.
this would hinder us is if these people went back and then applied into the OFA system, as we're trying to do now. Especially if they then claimed that they were the Mendota Mdewakanton or the Mdewakantons of Mendota or the Mendota Dakota or made up something similar.
And what about if there is anybody from our tribe that name is on that petition?
If somebody has their name on that petition, I would say get your name off that petition and quit messing around. That is something that could be a problem. Especially if we had a significant number of people that are on our roll, but may also be on that case. This will become a problem if they went into the OFA and suddenly these people are on two different petitions. So if you know anybody who has been sort of talked into this, I would highly encourage them to step away from this. Anyone who's been through the Wolfchild case already knows that there's no happy ending on this.
How would we know that though, if nobody's going to speak up saying that they are on it?
Well, this is
So
why this is why I'm saying it now. I'm being recorded saying it, and I will say it again
Yeah.
on Sunday. Is that we actually
Long
had two
term, this
Yes.
just hurts our tribe.
long
Like, at
term.
the
This
end of
is
the
not going
day,
to help us. Yes.
this is a hindrance to us going for tribal sovereignty versus, an individualistic want, which I can comprehend. I'm not here to tell an individual what to do or what not to do, because I don't believe I have the right to tell any individual
we
how to act.
we
But as a
legally can't.
tribe,
Mhm.
yeah, but as a tribe, the concept is doing this would cause harm to the tribe as an entity. It causes a hindrance going down the line. It would be beneficial for all of us if our goals are aligned in the same thing of going for federal recognition to become, the federal recognized tribe as the Mendota Mdewakanton. This does not help achieve that goal. And if anything, makes it a harder goal to achieve.
Yes. Now,
Unfortunately, we only have a few people that join these meetings.
but
Mhm.
this does go out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who watch the meetings and read the minutes and don't necessarily go to general council. So we are going to try to kind of hit this on every channel that we can. Also, don't underestimate that you have one person in a family that goes to a meeting and they talk to their cousins.
Yeah.
So we will be bringing this up again on Sunday, but I'm trying to get this out to our community as much as we can. The prediction on this is this whole show is going to be about 4 months before they either get turned out of the court or they have a verdict against them, and that will be the end of this.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
anybody who is serious about like actually getting to federal recognition, this is going to be done as a group, not through these sort of individual actions. Also, if you're going over and messing around with these court cases, you're also screwing up any relationship we have with the other communities. We need those relationships going forward.
Right.
And yeah, so again, I can't say you can't do this or we're throwing you out of the tribe, but yeah, this is not helping. And these people at the end of the day I don't know if I can legally call them scam artists at this point, but they're not serious people. And the case that they're putting forward is not a serious case. People are better off not getting involved.
Yeah.
So, and that's again, our advice from our lawyer has just been stay the course. We're going to keep our lawyer is currently reviewing our petition. Our historical consultant is back. I hope it is back from vacation, so we can get the contract signed with her and get her to start doing the kind of fine grain review to pull out, pick out any problems we have in our narrative. So, we're moving forward, we're dotting our I's, we're crossing our T's.
Perfect. Okay.
And in the meantime, like anything we put in print, I'm trying to let's keep it to a minimum. Just we're not connected with this. We do not support this or endorse this. I'm reading the cut. Dakota, do you have anything to add there?
No, just that again, this damages, the tribe. It would be best for all of us to not move in that direction, but instead with the tribe going forward for FedRec.
But
Mhm.
I guess I'd put it this way is the one way it in theory could potentially damage, right? Is if somebody gets a hold of that claimant list and looks at it and it says, well, wait, you say that you're in Mendota, but then you're in this other case to get recognition as this different tribe. Do you see how that's a problem?
Yes.
And then that looks suddenly like this is not, our community is not a community that has been in existence, but rather is sort of, again, voluntary organization. People are kind of moving in and moving out as they see it as convenient for them. So that's specifically the problem that could be there, but the lawyer just didn't even bring that up. At this point, the big thing with splinter groups is names. The first thing that the OFA is going to look at is what is the group
Mhm.
calling itself? What claims is it making about who it's coming from? And these guys aren't doing that. So, and they're not going through the OFA. This is essentially because there's no FedRec on the table, even though they claim there is. The only thing this is a financial claim.
Okay.
So in theory, you could be enrolled at Lower Sioux, and you could be involved in this financial claim. In theory, because you could have
Yep.
ancestors that had Lake Pepin land. You could be from Santee, and you could be technically involved in this lawsuit.
Hmm. That's
So
really
even
just
Yeah.
yeah,
messy,
because yeah, well,
messy.
yeah, well, and again, because like as much as they claim this is about FedRec, they can't get FedRec
It's not
through the
gonna,
route that they're going. So the only thing they could be getting would be that $5 billion payout that they're looking for.
yeah.
So
Okay, well, I appreciate,
even there, that theory that this looking at who's what members are where, I wouldn't worry about that too much, honestly, at this point. My advice to people is
Okay.
just for their own sanity and their own financial well-being is stay the heck away from this.
Yeah.
There's no payout coming at the end of it.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
Right. I would like to then vote to put that response that was directed by our FedRec lawyer forward to the tribe as as the council stance towards this lawsuit. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Oh,
Favor? Carol?
Carol?
There you go.
in favor? All opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. That is the last item we have on new business. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add? Otherwise, we will move towards adjournment.
Nope.
Yeah, let's stay. All right, then I would like to vote to move forward with adjournment. Do I have a second?
Okay.
Okay. All in favor? Oh,
oh,
all opposed? It doesn't matter. We still had quorum. Let's stay.